done a vlog in a very long time, and today I asked one of my friends, the only other friend who speaks a lot more than me, to join me. And we're gonna have a chat. You know, my vlogs are not serious at all. I mean, our conversations are not serious at all.
Yeah.
We try. Why am I doing this? Actually, I'm doing this because firstly, I love talking.
Yeah.
Secondly, I just want to record my thoughts. You know, I want to look back and say, okay, when I was 31, this is how I thought. So, Noma.
Yes, friend.
I'd love for you to introduce yourself, because you should actually be like running vlogs. Actually,
Wow.
You deserve that.
No, man. My name is Noma Ndhlovu. I'm actually the director of Ndlovukazi Originals, which is an event and styling company. And of course, I'm a friend to this lovely woman next to me. Yeah. And like she said, I love talking. She loves talking. So I'm really excited about this one.
And yeah, she's like the queen of deco. I'm actually going to post up some of her work.
Thank you, Charms.
I'm going to edit it, Chimika. Don't worry.
Thank you.
Okay. So today, I want us to talk about dating after the age of 13. Okay. I want to give some background. Noma Tembe and I met when, well, we went to the same high school.
Yes.
And for as long as I could remember, she's always, and I mean always, wanted to be a homemaker, you know? So now we're in our 30s.
Yeah, past our 30s.
And what is the story with that? And, you know, let's start there, actually.
I think because already Imelda gave you a lowdown of what we're going to talk about. We're talking about dating after the age of 30 and the difficulties that comes with it, you know? It doesn't matter how successful you could be, how beautiful you could be, how intelligent you could be. It's a struggle. And I know that I'm not the only one. You know, I'd post a status on my WhatsApp, just, you know, talking about your single, and I'd be like, hey, create a group, because this thing is a struggle and it's real. And I feel like, you know, at times when you are surrounded, for example, my friend is married, she's got kids, she's surrounded by something that is a union. I grew up in something that is a union. You want that for yourself because you see how good it is, but it's just so hard to get it.
Okay, so I feel, okay, you've already mentioned that I was never for marriage. I'm very embarrassed to say this, but
it's not embarrassing.
The honest truth is that, like, I never really valued it, you know, and now I'm starting to realize through our conversations that there's definitely a struggle. When you get to 30 and you still haven't settled down and you are a pastor's child on top of that.
Pressure.
Where do you think that pressure comes from?
Honestly, you know, friend, I wouldn't say there's really that much pressure, because if I were to talk on a personal level, my parents don't pressurize me into anything.
Nice.
They've never mentioned, yo, by now you should be married, or we should have grandkids. I know they'd love them. You know, if I popped today and I was like, guys.
We'd all love them.
You know? But what I'm trying to say is they've never pressurized me. And, you know, for black parents to not put so much pressure in terms of the whole marriage thing and the age thing as well. It's a beautiful thing, because then you realize that when there are people that don't even look at me in that manner. But I won't lie, the pressure will still be there. When you see the peers doing it, when you go through the socials, and you see those little babies and you see those pictures of, you know, couples and they're happy and, you know, I feel now the pressure would say, this should be me. I want this for myself. You can't force it, but I want it.
If you had to mention like 3 areas where you feel like this is a real, okay, I don't want to say it's a problem, because there's nothing wrong with being 30 and single. There's nothing wrong with being 30 and dating. But when it comes to just looking at the dating pool and trying to find a suitor for yourself, what challenges have you found? And okay, wait, let me qualify this. When you were 20 compared to now, what is the difference?
I think when I was 20, it was just about finding somebody who's going to love me and just being in love and feeling butterflies. But you realize that after the age of 30, you want commitment, you want a family, you want kids, you want marriage. I'm not going to be afraid to say that personally for myself, I want marriage. And apart from the job that I do, creating memories.
Imagine. And
like, honestly, I mean, I create
do.
beautiful love stories for people, but I would love that for myself. I don't want to lie. I remember there's a wedding that I did, and I don't know if I mentioned to you, but I mentioned to a friend saying that for once, I actually nganabela. Ngabuka ngathi,
why not me?
Honestly, because I feel like I'm there, Mgan. I feel like I'm just ready. I feel like I'm just at that point where I'm just ready. I'm ready to be someone's wife, to be someone's mother.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying, would say if I were to have a child before marriage, then it would be a different story. But I'm just trying to say I'm at the phase where those are the things that I want the most.
And I just want to add this: you've always been a home builder.
Thank
you. You've always been a home builder. So
Exactly.
I only think it's fair as well.
Yes.
So now, if someone is 30 and they're experiencing the same thing. How would you explain? What does it feel like? I think for me that's what I'm trying to understand, because I obviously not being somebody that understands it right now, I really do see, and for some reason I feel very sad when like my friends are looking for partners and they can't find them. How does it feel when it's you that's looking for a partner and you just can't find the suitor?
Ngane, honestly, I mean, I won't lie, I won't sugarcoat. Sometimes it really, really hurts. You know, there are times, I remember we had a conversation years ago where you actually said to me, you could have all the love from your friends, you can have love from family, but there's always that love that you need from the other gender. There's always that little, and it hurts. Sometimes you'd want a person to even, I'm here in Joburg, I'm from Nelspruit. Like, put in a mulo say, how can you I miss you. If my mama ain't saying that to me, then nobody's saying, you know, somebody's gonna call you in the morning, good morning, how's your day looking? Right, right. So, you know, the little things, it's not even about the, you know, going into depth about it, but it's just the little things that you want from, you know, that person, man, from that companion, the person that you know would say, that person is not family, but
I hear you, girl. I hear you.
But I understand what you're saying. It really is nice. I've experienced it. It's a beautiful thing. Sure.
Now we have to edit that.
Why?
Because you can't just make comments like that unless you're asking a question.
No, but I am making comments. I'm
going to have to clap again so that I know to stop the edit here. I know what I want to know now. So, okay, so now you still have obviously this hope. You could never give up on love. It's just
no, I love love. I love love. I come from love. I'd never give up.
And what is your dream story now that you're like 32? Like, okay, I feel like when I was 20, even when I fantasize about marriage and being in a relationship, I used to think about it like, Gutsi, but it was just so immature. You know, it was like such an immature expectation where commitment, like you mentioned earlier on, was the last thing. You wanted to be cute, you wanted to be holding hands.
Yes.
And then now, like at the age of 32, I think like we've seen a lot of life.
Yeah, we still want to hold hands, but there's a lot that goes into it now.
So what is a priority now as a 30-year-old looking to date? What is the priority for you? Priority.
Please rephrase your question.
Okay. I'm going to try and rephrase it.
No, the reason why I'm saying that because I feel like maybe she's asking what's my ideal partner, what's my ideal relationship.
I'm not asking
exactly, that's why.
You can tell, yeah. Sorry.
I'm not asking what your ideal partner is.
I think you guys should edit this. It's so nice. So sorry.
But if you want to be in the vlog,
No.
then you can sit here behind us and just be part of it.
We're not going to exclude you. Anyway, I'm saying now, compared to what you wanted when you were 20, now that you're 30, what are the things that you look for? What do you care about now that you possibly didn't care about when you were 20? I hope I've rephrased my question. Thanks. Babes on my question.
But I think, Ngani, what you're asking is something maybe that I've already maybe highlighted or mentioned. Because if you're saying, what do I want now that, you know...
No, not what you want now. I know what you want. But what is a priority for you now? When you're looking for a spouse, are you aware of what you prioritize over everything?
The question there.
Do you want me to help you?
I think the ghost can help.
The ghost can... You see, now we're stealing concepts.
Who's the ghost?
Is there somebody that does it?
Now, at the top of your list, what is a priority when you are dating at 30? Is it someone that's going to come and commit today? Is it a honest partner? What is it? Someone who provides? Are you looking for love? Are you looking for butterflies?
Does it have kids?
Thank you. Yeah,
Yes.
Imelda. But Gani, then I think maybe I understood it differently when I said to you the type or the kind of person that I'd want, because the things that you're mentioning are the things that I'd want from that person.
Yes.
And obviously I'd want the commitment.
So
I'd want
at the top of the list. At the top of the list.
It's marriage, guys. It's like a full proper commitment of marriage. I don't want a relationship that's going to be stringed along for a good 4 or 5 years. You cannot, Vela, you can never know a person, guys. Let's not lie to each other. There are people that get married at 3 months because this person has realized this is the person I'm going to spend the rest of my life with. You can't now say, Funa starts 6 years before you know who Noma Ndhlovu is. There's going to be a situation that's going to happen that's going to make you think, ha, ganunje.
Yeah.
Which was never going to arise in the whole 4 years. So, yeah, bo.
Okay, I understand that part.
Yeah.
And then something else that I was thinking about, but now it's kind of like escaped me. And I want to ask, of the relationships that you had in the 20s, what was the main reason they didn't work out? Because that's also...
Witchcraft. Don't edit this. No. Okay. Honestly, I think I'm saying it as a joke.
Okay.
But because I'm a Christian and I always want to see the good in people and I don't want to believe in black magic, my scarf is falling. But I'm going to reference the last relationship, the last proper real relationship that I had, because I haven't had anything after that. It just ended, Mgani. No closure, no nothing. No, you did this, or I didn't like this, or... And personally, I feel like I was at my best because there was the respect was there. Everything that I felt was needed was there, but I never won. It just ended, it faded. You don't have a reason, like, you know, sometimes you feel like, so you can move forward knowing, these are the things I should fix for my next relationship. But I just walked out of the dark. 4 years later, I'm still single.
Okay, so based on that, you have no idea of what didn't work out.
Exactly, because now I haven't had anything else after that to actually reference and see the pattern to just say, oh, okay, maybe Nami nkhuluma kakhulu, or maybe Nami I'm impatient, or maybe, you know, there's nothing. So if I walk into a relationship now, I won't even know what I did wrong in the previous one, but I'm walking in with the hope that it'll work out, you know?
I hear you.
Quite sad, actually. Closure is very important.
Well, I mean, what are the key summaries, if you could summarize your experience of what this process has been like to you, especially like being a pastor's kid? But luckily you say you have parents that don't really put pressure on you or don't make you feel like you should be somewhere else.
I'm not saying they don't want it for me, but they don't put pressure on me, because at the end of the day, it's like saying to a person, this, when will you have kids or whatever? What if they can't even conceive? And when you want that? And honestly speaking, guys, as much as love is beautiful and we all want to get married and have these beautiful unions and these beautiful families, but sometimes we need to accept that marriage is not for us all. We actually do have women that are 50 and above that don't have husbands and they're living. And that's it. And I'm not saying I want that for myself. I really believe that my person is out there, but I'm just trying to say that you can't now sulk about it. Focus on other things until it comes. If it will come. If it doesn't come, it won't come.
So
but it will hurt.
How do you summarize the whole experience of like being 30 and waiting and hoping for that person?
Patience is hard. You need to be patient, but patience is very hard. It's not a nice experience. It is actually a hurtful experience. I won't lie. You know, if you were at the dinner table last night, you'd understand that we do certain things because we're trying to fill that void. Gutsi, you know, there should be that someone, and that someone is not there. So it's very, very hard.
I like what you just said, actually. I mean, honestly, candidly, I like the fact that you know there is honesty in the fact that like waiting is tough.
It's very, very tough, and it's not even tough in relationships. It's tough in life. You know, in general, the things that we want. You know, we want so much, but the waiting, you know. And the whole God's time, Christian as we are, it's still on something. Like, God, come on. Like,
when?
You know, so it's a very hurtful experience. But I feel like also now as a person, don't put your whole focus on that, because you'll lose track of other things on the side. Imagine now losing track of making money because when
Ndlovukazi Originals,
I mean,
you know, so focus on the other things while you're in your waiting period. Pray about it if you believe in prayer. If you believe in going to some sangoma and nasi or whatever, do it.
Do you think it's worse to be patient now that you've reached 30 than it was when you were 20?
Yes, because at 20, like I said, it was about the butterflies, it was about Nyalo, it's about the child, it's about the marriage, it's even about the ideal person, because this person is going to come right now, but if he's not the type of person I want to spend the rest of my life with, then I need to give them the boot and move forward. So it's harder because Nale partner, you've got certain things that you want from this person to be a partner that you want to spend the rest of your life. They won't be perfect, yes, but it's harder. It's harder. Over 30, it gets harder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I hear you. I think you've given us a great summary, Noms. So that was a great summary of Noma. And thank you so much for joining me on this vlog.
Pleasure, friend.
Like I say, I've always believed you to be a homemaker. And I'm tired, not only tired of watching you wait, I'm tired of not tired, but
I get what you mean. We need to pray for other things, and now we're still stuck on this topic. We need to move.
Exactly. I want you to be the homemaker that you were designed to be. And any last words?
God is faithful. Be patient. Focus on yourself. The rest will follow.
Well, thank you. Normally they say like, subscribe, and share.
Yes.
I mean, if that's what you want to do,
do it.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.